your favorite moments from the Friends reunion show. I have to tell you, it was better. And I had high expectations, and it was better than my expectations for it.
There were just so many. I don't know that I can pick one.
You didn't watch it. Be honest.
I will probably never watch the show.
Don't
It's called
say
Friends,
that.
right?
Stop it.
With,
oh my gosh.
This is with Ross.
Jennifer Aniston,
Right.
Lisa Kudrow,
And this was a big
Courtney
show in
Cox.
the 90s, right?
It was amazing. My sister has always been a huge Friends fan. And there are a lot of people that have continued to watch Friends like, on a daily basis. My sister watches it every night before she goes to bed. I have a good friend that does that too. Like, it is the thing that calms them down at night and takes them away from the stresses of the world.
Why? What is it about the show that does that? For me, it seems like such a chick show, which is fine.
No.
Which is fine. What's wrong with it being a chick show? What's wrong with it being a show for
That sounds
women?
derogatory. Oh, for women. Thank you.
Yes, for women. Sorry. For women.
Well,
it resonates with women more so than men. I don't know a lot of men who are big fans of the show. Do you?
I do. I disagree. I disagree on that. I think
Name one
men
man that you know that's a big fan of the show.
My brother-in-law.
Is he a really big fan?
Look what he did for my sister. Okay.
Yeah, he did it for his
I'm going to
sister.
show up some pictures. So what he did, he put together a playlist of all the Friends songs and played it all day for her on this playlist. All the songs that were on the show. And then I hope you can see this picture. This is the hors d'oeuvres. And he got out the big coffee mugs like they use from
That's
Central
sweet.
Perk.
That's sweet.
And then made her like these little snacks with quotes from the show. Look at that. He did that for her because he knew it was such a big deal. And there's my sister. Isn't she so beautiful?
She is. She's so
wearing
cute.
her Central Perk shirt.
Now, Central Perk was part of the show.
coffee house.
It was the coffee shop. They called it Central Perk because it
my
was
goodness.
located to
That's
Central
where they hang
Park.
out. That's where they
right?
hang out. That's where they hang out, New York City. But you got to learn so much. So I'm curious what your favorite moments are. I made a list of my favorite moments, okay?
So you're probably going to end up watching this again, huh?
Oh, totally. and absolutely. I highly recommend this. If you want to escape from the world, feel like you get a big, giant hug from the 90s when life was simple, good, clean, and wholesome, and our biggest concerns were, are Ross and Rachel ever going to get together? And is anyone ever going to find out about Monica and Chandler? Then please just give yourself it's 2 hours. Give yourself 2 hours.
Yikes.
And you will feel so good. You will laugh and you will cry. In my opinion, this is the overall best part of the Friends reunion show, because what's genius, it is the perfect show because it makes you laugh and cry, tears all around. It's
and
perfect.
that's the perfect profile
Success.
of a show that resonates with
With
women.
women.
It makes
You're
you
right.
cry and laugh.
Well,
at the
I'm
same
going to
time.
try to, in this video, I think I'm going to try
I'm
to
curious
convince
though
you.
what made you cry. What?
Okay, I will
Yeah.
let you know. This is my new mission: is to convince Matt that he should watch the
man.
Friends reunion show, and you should do these hors d'oeuvres and get these big coffee mugs for your wife Jeannie, and you would get major points to
Yeah.
do this for her. Okay.
She's more of a Gilmore Girls show. If they did a reunion with Gilmore
If
Girls,
she has ever watched at least 2 episodes of Friends, she's gonna like the reunion
I'm gonna have
show.
to. You know what? While you're giving me the list, I'm
You're
gonna
gonna-
text her and ask her.
Well, because you
what she
don't
thinks
believe me.
No, I don't think she likes the show. I don't think she's a big fan of the show. Or she would have
disagree.
brought it up, like, "Hey, babe, can we like download?"
Maybe because you're so negative, she's scared. I think you should surprise her.
Maybe she just assumes you're going to be critical and negative anyways.
So don't-
so now I'm not even going to tell you that I like the show.
Surprise her with the big coffee mugs and some lattes and the hors d'oeuvres and the songs. And
You know
like,
what?
Get it going.
You
I'm
know what,
telling
Amanda?
you.
I like what you're saying here. If she likes the show, then that's something I'd consider doing.
Okay,
for sure.
there's no one that doesn't like the show.
I don't like the show.
This is sick and wrong. He's sick and wrong. You don't understand. Okay, so top favorite moments of Friends. Please list them. Do we have anyone listing their top favorite moments yet? I would love to see your top favorite moments.
I
Okay.
don't know, Amanda. You may
Why-
be the only one that likes the show. 'cause
Why you
nobody's
should watch the
commenting.
Friends reunion that was just released yesterday. One of the most encouraging thing of why I was crying is because they had this full. He's not even listening.
I'm
He's
listening.
texting.
I'm texting my wife to
This is
ask
my
her
whole day.
if she likes the show Friends.
This is my whole time on the show is Matt looking down on his phone and me going, hey, let's go. So is that they had a montage of people explaining what the show meant to them, people that were feeling lonely and
okay.
ostracized, and people saying no matter how hard my day was, I knew I could watch the show Friends and I felt like I had friends and I wasn't alone. Even one woman said it prevented her from committing suicide.
Really?
Because she knew that she had friends and that it was a place that she was accepted and it was a safe place. It was beautiful. And people from all around the world. And that was the cool thing that I didn't realize about the show when I was watching it in my dorm room in college. But that I watched it back is how international the show was. I can't remember another television show that's like brought the whole world together. Like no matter what culture you are in or what language you speak, you probably saw an episode of Friends and you related to the relationships that were in Friends. It was a universal show of what people go through. So that was a beautiful moment. That was the crying moment of the show. And then, oh my gosh, Lady Gaga surprised and came on and sang Smelly Cat.
I thought it was
Lisa
Stinky
Kudrow.
Cat.
No,
Is it Smelly Cat?
He's doing that on purpose. No,
Lisa Kudrow played Michelle?
No, Lisa Kudrow, the actress that played Phoebe, and they were sitting in the set of Central Perk, and then Lady Gaga walks in, and they sing Smelly Cat together, and Lady Gaga says, hey, thanks for being that character on the show that made it okay to be different. For the people like me that are different, you made it okay. That was a beautiful moment.
What is the big deal about the song Smelly Cat?
It's hilarious.
It's a hilarious song?
It's
really?
funny.
What's so funny about it?
You're talking about a smelly cat. Smelly cat, smelly cat. I mean, it's just off the wall, right? Okay.
It is hilarious when you sing it.
I got my list.
will say that.
Okay, right, it is. I've got my list. Okay. Oh my gosh. This was the biggest bombshell. Ross and Rachel. Okay, we all know, are Ross and Rachel ever gonna get together? That was a whole thing. He had a crush on her in high school. Anyway, so behind the scenes, they admitted that Jennifer Aniston and David Schwimmer really did have a crush on each other. Like in real life. That was a big moment.
I don't know if anybody has ever had a crush on David Schwimmer.
They did. They really did.
Did Brad
like
Pitt know about this at the time?
Well,
That's what I want to know.
They said they never acted upon it. And they just really liked each other, and they were always both in relationships. And so it was like an unspoken crush.
You think they're telling the truth? Or
I'm going to believe it. Let me have my good, clean, and wholesome Friends world, please.
Sure, go for it, Amanda.
Another one of my favorite moments. Let's see, I can't even read my own writing. Joey. You've got to remember that scene when Joey puts on all of Chandler's clothes.
Okay.
And he's walking around doing lunges, and they reenacted that theme because they get in a fight and he puts all of the other characters' clothes on. No.
Okay. Well, no. Why did he put
awesome.
on all the clothes?
They were fighting about a chair that they wanted to sit in.
You had to been there, huh?
So they reenacted. That's one of my favorite moments. And he starts doing the lunges, and they got in that outfit. And I mean, Justin Bieber made an important.
Is it Beaver or Bieber?
Bieber. Oh my
Okay.
gosh, you know it's Justin Bieber.
No, I always thought it was
yes,
Beaver.
Yes, you do. Then I think the other fun thing is I was able to convince my
Justin
boyfriend
Bieber
Sean to
even born when the show
I don't
aired?
think so. No.
I mean, come on.
But everybody's seen it. Another one of my favorite things is just watching it with my boyfriend Sean, because he came over for dinner and I was like, hey, you know what I really want to watch tonight? The Friends. And he kind of looked at me like, oh, okay. But he didn't say it. Like I could see it in his eyes.
Amanda, I'm not the only one.
I could see it in his eyes that he wasn't exactly super pumped about watching this. But, we're still in the new I'll do anything for you, babe stage. So he sat
Hopefully that never ends,
right? He sat down and he was laughing out loud. We were both just laughing together, and life has been so serious and just that we've hardly been able to turn on the TV because we're avoiding the news. And then just to sit for 2 hours and reminisce about a simpler time and laugh was a beautiful moment. Like, made my day. Like, I'm in a good mood all day. Maybe I should watch the Friends reunion show like every evening.
Well, no, I hear you. My wife does that with Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
She has watched that season over and over again. She knows the show by heart. Okay. But and sometimes she'll have it on and she's not even paying attention to it.
Because it's comforting.
Yes.
That's how people use the show Friends.
Like I'll go into the bedroom and she's not feeling well and she has the show on and she's not even looking at it because it soothes her. It makes her feel comfortable because stuff like that. You're right. People enjoy when friends are getting along and, they like to relive that, what do they call it? They just like to experience it through them.
Right. I think so. Oh, Diane says pivot. Yes, Diane, that was the best
I saw
part.
that, and I don't even understand what she's talking about. I don't know if she's meaning pivot, like go to a different topic.
Oh my gosh, Diane, you're so cool.
What's pivot? What is pivot?
Pivot was this one scene where all it was, and they talked about creating the show, and they had to move a couch up the stairs. Like a whole episode was about that. And it was Ross's couch. He didn't want to pay for delivery, so he got all the friends to help him move this couch up this New York City staircase, and he was yelling pivot, pivot, pivot. It's kind of
another
iconic.
One of those you had to been there, huh?
Man, I'm really bummed that you can't get into this with me.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, there are just things that you're gonna like that I'm not gonna like. Same thing with my wife.
You're right. Well, imagine how excited she would be if there was a Gilmore Girls reunion.
Oh, I know, absolutely.
See, that's what I'm living right now.
Yes, I get that.
I bet you that there is going to be like a huge increase in streaming of Friends episodes again. I already, at the end of the reunion show, I looked over at poor Sean. I was like, you know what? I think we should start rewatching all the Friends episodes.
Yes.
And I could tell maybe he wasn't exactly thrilled about that idea, but he didn't say anything.
Right. It's like if they did a reunion for MacGyver or like the A-Team, or if they did a Star Trek reunion.
Like the Star Trek Next Generation?
Yeah,
like that
if they did
show?
a reunion, oh my gosh,
You
that
would
would be
geeked
huge.
out.
Talk about crying and laughing at the same time.
Captain Picard said, what does the Captain Picard say?
I'm just kidding. I'm not a huge Star Trek fan, but I get how that could happen.
So that would be the guys' equivalent of a reunion show.
Yeah.
But they were there.
Huh? Okay. Here we go. Here's the comparison.
Guys equivalent.
YouTube did a reunion of the cast from Lord of the Rings. And it was...
Did they? Okay.
What was that about? What was that?
Paying you back.
What was that? What was that
about?
It was awesome. It was like an hour and a half long. And it was
Okay.
great. They reminisced about different parts of the movie and making the movie, and it was cool. So I get you. I get you.
Okay. Good. You can relate.
Yeah, I can relate.
All right. Well, deal. You don't make me watch the Lord of the Rings reunion.
Oh, is that what it is?
And now you're
There you
totally
go.
off the hook.
Sweet.
for
See?
watching
Now I know how. Now you know how I feel. Great. Exactly.
Awesome. Well, I hope you have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. We love you, our Fish family, so much. So thankful that you're always a part of the show, and we're excited. We'll be back on Tuesday. We're going to talk about helping you make your summer bucket list. You probably don't need help doing this. We're just talking about the idea of actually making one, so we don't get to all of a sudden school supplies are out in store and you're like, but I didn't do all that summer stuff yet. We're going to attack this summer, and we're going to do it right, and we're going to have lots of fun.
Yeah, the reason we're not going to be here Monday is because we are playing 300 songs in a row without interruption. And
no
that
commercials.
Includes Amanda and I. We will not interrupt your 300 songs in a row.
See, you've got a break from us on Monday, just in honor of all of those that made the ultimate sacrifice and all of those families that are having cookouts and they're missing that loved one because they defended our freedom. That's the least thing we can do for them is go commercial free and feed your soul for you without interruption on Monday.
Yeah.
All day. What time does it start? 6 a.m.?
12 a.m. It's
12
all
a.m.
day, 24
12 a.m.
hours. 12 a to 12 a.
Awesome. All right. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. We love you, Fish fam. Woo!